I it is what is it? Good. Y'all probably still sleepy. I don't know what I'm doing awake at this time. But I'm about to. Oh yeah, I found the glass. You see how it's like barely full? If there's anything, I'm. You don't know what I had to do to find Alice's glass. It before it failed, because remember molecular policeman, bro. Remember, he don't like things breaking, and if molecular policeman is having to find out that that glass that Alice broke, she broke, it broke. Had to go over there. So I checked it out, and there was a time that it didn't break. That glass didn't break, and no, everybody is not like on Limitless and trying to suck down the stuff like John's been doing for the few time now. So, molecular policeman goes and checks on Alice, finds out that in a few moments when she's having fun going up and down, being short and tall, and all this stuff, the glass breaks, bro. So there's another time in another universe, and that's what we're doing here. A time in the other universe is what I gotta tell you about. So when I find out something about like, you know what I'm saying, Alice and I'm like Alice, and I put my hand out and I save the glass from falling and it doesn't shatter everywhere. Now she can go being tall and small. She's coming and going. She's going and leaving. She's going and leaving because I have this. So it's really hard now because people want the chug chug from Fortnite, man, and I have this, bro. So I'm out here and I have this, and I don't know what to do with it, except that Alice has free will to go ahead and because it's been written in her situation or narrated in the movies, and she has she now in both universes thinks she has all the rights to the liquid that's in there that was left for her, but I would hope that she would share some of that cookie and all those baked goods, because who left them? The thing is, how did this break? How was this able to be broken? When the rules are not meant to be broken, you know what I'm talking about? So, if y'all want to consider one thing real quick, we're gonna. All right, real quick, bring it in. Thank God, bro. We have all this. We can do all this. Deadpool's made billions of dollars. I don't, based upon things that we've talked about, I gotta go and do some stuff, but I don't really care about the financing, bro. My imagination came through on a movie, and it's making billions of dollars. In Deadpool, it's not that I imagine being with Deadpool. I'm saying that they used my ideas in there. It's filmed. It's on here. I don't really care. I care about myself, but shoot, dude, y'all, this has been a heck of a ride, bro. If this is gonna cause problems, money and stuff like that, how do we go do this? Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I believe in the Holy Bible, and I don't have this without this at all. The fact is, we may not be where y'all think this is right now, because we might be going to China, and we'll be talking about this in China. The only thing is, I gotta find out how it is to be safe to talk about this in China, where they don't have they have the Holy Bible, but they're smuggling them. People are smuggling the Holy Bibles like it's like a drug, and it's not. It's a beam of light. If you really know, those pages are almost all, to me, I see them as light. It's just all light beaming up everywhere. It's just there's so much. And so just to let you all know, like paid promotion and stuff like that, look, listen what we got here. So now that we want to get all imaginatory and stuff like that, I'm thankful for what we have, and the options are good. But y'all got to consider, how do we have this? Well, there you go. So look at the beauty of what we have. And remember the passage of the parable about the rich and the poor man. Be careful. It's not about being just, there's a thing, being wealthy is not the same as being rich. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not going to go too far into that. But being wealthy is it's not all the ways being rich, and the narrow gates and all that. Remember, so it's just so beautiful. Whatever's going on in the world, always look for the positivity. remember your sins get washed away. Jesus Christ of 3:16. It through and guess what he talks about? It's the most famous in scripture almost, and I would say a lot. It's other than the first verse. But what does he mention? God, because God so loved the world. He separates, and again, people that nailed him, they called him a blasphemer. They're literally one of the most famous parable chapters or verses is what Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount. But then you have John 3:16, and there you go, and there's like, get out this Jack Sparrow, and there she grows, because what does it say? Because God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. What does that say? A lot of things. Right away, first commandment is intact through Jesus Christ. He saves our souls, his spirits. But for God so loved the world that he sent his son, that means there's two different entities and that they are loved family. And that means that he was wrongly accused. But it went through. He saved us. And he didn't and if he's awesome. So there we go. And we're gonna get a little bit, sorry that we started right away on that, because we're going to be doing that in other places possibly. But the fact is, I have to now separate myself from that situation. Not all the way. It's still there. It's in my foundations. I feel like it's in my blood. So, okay, back to what we're doing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and DC and everything like that. We can do that. But y'all gotta remember the foundations we are. Fortnite, everything, dude. If y'all think about it. Because when we see later on in life, you see Jesus Christ, y'all, because you can't get to the Father without Jesus. Y'all doing some other abstract level stuff, man, you're probably gonna be saying sorry, pride. I'm just saying. Because you know you're hurting somebody you love. Don't do the stuff that hurts somebody you love. Don't do it. You'll see. But until then, we're here on earth, and we have a possible way to spread the word, and then we also have a way to enjoy ourselves and be positive during the dark time, what could be considered dark times. You know why I think they called it medieval back in the day? Because it was even though that was hard knock life with like the soldiers, bro. They were wearing knights and stuff. They were like knights. It was called medieval, the middle. It's not high evil or any evil. It's medieval. It's like a thermometer saying, not a thermometer saying, but it's just like in a way, saying this is the medial level of evil. Back in the day with the knights in shining armor, that was middle evil. This could be high evil. The only thing is, because you got to connect what's going on in the times in the world. Too much is going on that we can't just be like, yo, dude. This is like some secret. It reminds me of Secret Wars, but it's not Secret Wars from Marvel. It's secret. It's like a secret war because the spirit can't be really seen. It's hard to explain. So it's like a secret war undercover, and it's called spiritual warfare that they're doing out there, and they're really they don't know how big the kingdom of heaven is. So with these things that are going on, doesn't mean you make it anything more dangerous to them, because the bigger you are, the harder you fall. I'm gonna just tell you that, and the easier you're found. I'm gonna just tell you that. In my perspective as a person, I don't speak on behalf of anybody. I'm speaking on my own. I think the bigger you are is the faster you're found, because like let's say you're on a gliding mobile and you're looking down. And you're on a gliding mobile, but there's a little thing smaller than a stadium, smaller than a factory, but that factory's doing some sort of like music or something like that is kind of weird in the middle of the night. Like, what's going to be found more? That little person or creature, whatever creature that God has created, doing another thing on the side? What's easier to find? being as a person, I would say the big structure that's doing stuff that looks like it's against the laws of Moses. Because it's so big. That's why I said it's the bigger they are, the easier they're found, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not the same level as some smaller creature that's doing something wrong here. I'm just saying it's easier in the sense of humanity. So, uh, it don't. That's what I'm just trying to say. But at the same time, you gotta understand what's going on with the world. People are like, they've been doing protests. Listen, man. As a person that loves creation and doesn't want to ever sin, I'm thankful for what the world's provided. Any sort of action. Because if you go back to what I was thinking, when people were talking down on the world, they were saying, hey, it was like, is it clones or TikTok? It's like something, I don't even go on TikTok. I don't have TikTok anymore because they put some scary stuff on there. I'm not trying to be rude. But they were there and they were saying like, is this could be Mike Tyson's clone? First of all, if you think you're gonna clone one of those, that y'all gonna run into a bad situation. And then if it's Mike Tyson and stuff like that, bro, like they try to say that, but what I'm trying to say is, what does that mean? If you find, let's say you find a clone, and it's the most beautiful man, beautiful female. For me, it would be that. Or if we're speaking to women, if it's the most beautiful man, you ran into one. And you all like really know what you're doing as being people and spreading love. What is it? It's a good sign. So, but that's not the way to see it all the way. The best sign it is to me, it's a sign of life. There's a sign of like excessive amount of life. Because what happens is, remember, one of the greatest signs of life is a baby. It is. Because that means somebody has lived upon life and had a baby. That means you're flourishing. So, whatever it is, all I'm trying to say is when we get to that side and like I would for the children, y'all, avoid TikTok for a little bit. It's not too bad now, but there was a time where it was invaded. It was like hacked or something. They were showing. You ever seen those like rule like and they're like under the sea, think scary, and they play scary. Anytime y'all hear spooky or scary, just jump off of it. Go somewhere else if you're flipping through stuff. Just avoid scary. Avoid the scary. That's all I'm saying. Which is I told y'all yesterday. Avoid evil. Avoid evil. I'm just saying. All right, back to what if and Marvel and DC universe. We have all this establishment, not because of them, dude. Just so y'all know. I'm just saying. Think about it, bro. How could I have gotten my stuff onto the movie? If I think about it, so it doesn't take 1 + 1 to know this. It might take 2 + 2 or something. But we're back. Now we're back in the world with this, and I have this. And what do? Do I use this thing and betray Mrs. Alice and go and have Alice in Wonderland's glass of water, bro, and betray whoever gave this to him and take it and try to make the chug jug? Or do I leave it? Or do I take it with me and put it back to where I found it? And that's the thing. I might need to put it back to where I found it. The thing is, what happens when you have me that normally doesn't, my intention wasn't to do that. So I have Wonka's possible, like, sort of idea of what could be like a receipt or something. And then I have Alice in Wonderland's thing. And then I showed up to the table one time. And I didn't mention to Alice when she was there because Alice somehow made it to the tea party. And I didn't mention to her, like the policeman. I didn't go up to her and tell her, hey, why'd you break this? I didn't want to cause any negative thing, but I had this like look in my eye. I was like, did you know, in a way I knew that some of this, it went away somewhere. We don't know where it is. Why does it look so dark, bro? What's up, Vona? I just gave you a shout out. Why does it look dark out here? Alright, I fixed it. Alright. Alrighty. So the caterpillar, all that stuff, it's been portrayed on film. Not enough of time though, because people may not have the what actually goes on over there. A lot of ideas are made out there, a lot of them, and a lot of ideas are made out there. And what is wrong with my light, bro? On my phone, bro. All right, there's a lot of ideas out there. All right, so that were put to the table about many things, man, because the world in this area didn't have those. We don't have what's going on in the other places, and a lot of people were trying to get into the table. This craziest thing about the table that we're sitting at was like there were no evils allowed, but it was a full of creatures that wanted to get into the table. A lot of them. For some reason, Willie was able to just sit at the table without any sort of question. No questions asked. It was just like, almost like if somebody took that seat, it was a mistake, but not a mean one. It was loving way to teach. But then you try to take another seat that's empty, and you realize quickly that that's a caterpillar seat. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's a caterpillar seat. So if you go there and you take somebody's seat, you may not notice this, but that caterpillar might say something. And the cat, they all think just because they're not sitting down doesn't mean that it's their seat. So be careful when y'all go, if y'all ever find that. But if you go there, you take their drink, but that's not your drink. I brought the specialty, but they're like, hey, it's my drink, and that's my. Listen, bro, I'm the one that went out there, and I'm the one that, and Alice went. She has a seat somehow, because in the Mad Hatter's there, Mad Hatter's wondering how I have this special gift of this with me. So the thing is, we need, before anyone wants to know how this happened, bro, we're gonna start talking about what if in Marvel and DC, because that's what we're gonna do. But we have to talk about the molecular policeman, the one that is all about creation. Nothing should be dismantled. It should be, in fact, fruitful. All right. So back to that scenario is that, you know why I got this? Because, bro, this was not existed in another place. Nobody had the recipe because I saved it. It didn't. The glass in Alice's, when she was doing that, it didn't break. I caught it, so I got it. So the glass didn't break. That's why I have it. So anybody got a question about, hey man, you trying to claim it right away? I can't say you can. If somebody gave it to somebody, I get it, but I saved it. So who I caught it before it fell. It was going like this, and I caught it, and it didn't go. So I was able to make sure it didn't break, because they know atom or molecular, whatever you want to call it, anything is going to be destroyed in my area. So I went like this, and I got it. But I realized at that moment what I had. So somehow I was thirsty a little bit, and I went, and I tried to make sure I was doing the right thing. And I've just been sitting here. I've traveled miles, bro, to get to that Wonderland table, bro. And I have not taken a drink out of this. I haven't. I still have it here. So you guys out there from Fortnite and Epic, you know what I'm talking about? I got something. One of the main ingredients that could possibly be in what I may not be telling you. Because if you're going to think I'm going to give you my recipe right away, it ain't like that. So what we're doing, so now everybody back with Omega and everybody in season 4, purple and black and purple Omega that unlock skin. Yo, y'all gotta remember, bro, we had time to prepare for this, because Black Panther, nobody been talking about him, but I think Black Panther got something. Black Panther has something. He wears black, but he's unbreakable. You can't break him because he's wearing adamantium. And the adamantium is, and I'm not here to see, and I'm appreciative of adamantium if you think about it. Adamantium be protecting people. Now when the whole world starts looking for adamantium, good luck. Y'all gonna be going in circles, because that place is invisible. So, to the naked eye, unless they let you. And then, but another place that's invisible, it's in DC, it's not in Marvel. It's with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has a place that, for naked eye, most of the people, it's invisible. If you fly over that place, it's hard to explain. You're not gonna find it in the Amazonia. And based upon the clothes that she wears, it looks like she don't be wearing clothes out there. I'm not gonna go too far on that. I'm just letting you know. Or she's just super overpowered and doesn't need clothes at all. She doesn't even need adamantium. I would prefer she be protected though. Sometime, like, just say. Yeah. Well, guess what? There's kids that are watching, and I'm just saying. And I get it. Yeah. Good luck. It's not gonna happen. So, I have to put my foot down sometime. But I don't know if I have the foot to do it. And I have it. You ever play the two-step and like dance and stuff? Listen, bro. Wonder Woman, she goes out to Wakanda, and she has a scenario. You know how that works, right? What happens when Wonder Woman went to Wakanda? She ran into a scenario where she realized that there was people entering Wakanda through an invisible force field, and it reminded her of her home. And she has respect for that invisible force field, so she never entered Wakanda. That's why she don't got that outfit. She got her own. She saw that the people are invading the invisible place. There's a whole movie about don't enter Wakanda. Do y'all remember? It's like don't enter. It's not about we don't want to see Wakanda. Wakanda, whatever they want to do. They got the ancestral stuff going on and everything. But the one thing is, what happens? The battle in Avengers happened in Wakanda. And it's what's crazy about this is that everybody, even people, tribes within there, they got together. And they were like, what are these people doing? Literally, Thanos is like having the final battle, it is the final battle, is on Wakanda. Look how important that place is. So when y'all think about time and space, consider how important Wakanda is, bro. They have life-protecting armor that is not adamantium. It is adamantium. Excuse me. It's what Wolverine has. It's that invincible stuff. It's amazing. So it's there. So one day, y'all gotta realize the level that Wakanda went, bro. Where did that battle take place? I know that there's a part where they go jumping from planets and try to take the helmet off and stuff like that. Where's that force field at, and that's holding it down? Where is Ultron and all of them? Where all of them? Scarlet is there. They're all there. But where did this happen? In Wakanda. So why is Miss Wonder Woman, when she sees that invisible force field and she's seen people go in, she has decided never to enter that place because it looks like until she gets a permission. She's super smart. The actor as well, Mrs. Gal Gadot, beyond smart because she's avoided entering this place that looks like it's protected. So it's just like that. And so she's lived her way with this ancient armor. She has an ancient armor, bro, because now in the future, we get Marvel and DC and they're all together. We have all this stuff going on. It's beyond amazing. But everybody's wearing adamantium or wearing the stuff that's in DC that's known as like that. Then we're going to have, we're well protected. And ain't nobody going to be dying or nobody going to be hurt. Because I'm coming through as molecular policeman telling y'all, bruh, we got to get y'all protected, man. And y'all got to get suited up. Y'all got amazing suits, but is it going through? Remember what we were talking about the other day when Wolverine gets out of the water and his he leaves behind, or who was it? Oh yeah. All right, there's a point in time reversing. I haven't checked the streams yet, man. I haven't been able to edit any of them. There's all raw footage, bro, of me doing this live. There's a situation where basically there's a fabric that's left inside the experiments that Wolverine is getting done on. That's an intelligent fabric, and it got off of Wolverine because it doesn't. While they're doing the experiments where he gets out of that tub and he's all like this, and he gets out like this, he leaves that fabric behind. It's not an unintelligent fabric. So the reason why he gets out naked is because the fabric decided to be, he's in water. Why am I going to wear it? So that fabric's back at the DC Police Department, bro, where Lucius Fox is about to go and check out because they've just called Batman back in the day, and Foggy Nelson's finally leaving the courthouse. That's that whole stuff from back in the time when we're talking about this, and it's already been in this situation. I get it, man. So like, if I make a mistake and I drink somebody's stuff, or I'm sitting here and things like that, and have some of Alice's, and I accidentally grow, or too small, we're gonna have to call Ant-Man in here right away with that beautiful van, and I'm gonna need training, and Ant-Man's gonna have to enter Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter at the tea party with Willy Wonka. So, and he's gonna have to come through. He's gonna have to, because if I drink this, because this for anybody, it's a precautionary thing. He could be known as a protector of getting big and getting small a little bit, if you get what I'm talking about. So he comes in, and he's amazing. If for some reason, Mr. Ant-Man, listen, any of us get Alice's drink, I'm pretty sure you know how to navigate being small or too big. I'm pretty sure. And you know what? No one's giving you credit. Let me see a second. All right. First things first, Ant-Man. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't make orders, but the police hat, it's mine. It's mine. And honestly, if you have to, you're a hero. But if you're playing security guard for us tripping out over here, we're not even tripping. I'm saying that if anybody drinks this, we don't know if this is gonna trip, man. So if somebody trips, listen, Ant-Man, you are on guard today. It's not that you're not a hero. You're actually a hero for us. It's just, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know who else to trust. I really don't know. Nobody else was willing to jump through time loops as an ant and big thing and go around it. So I'm gonna bring you in. And also, did you bring the horn? The one. All right. All right. Did he come with us? Your homeboy? No? The one that with the tacos? I'm not. And the burritos? And bruschetta? All right. He can't say. He doesn't snitch. All right. I'm not putting you down. I'm saying, dude, the Guardians of the Galaxy. You want me to call you the Guardians of the reality area? So you're not feeling down because you're a hero, man. Who else? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Want me to call Venom? Call what is his name? No, I don't want to call that gentleman. That guy. I don't want to. He's scary. He reminds me of like a character that's not from the Marvel universe. That guy. I don't want to talk to him. That villain. Well, I don't want to talk about it. We're not talking about villains today. All right. All right. So, just in case, we have legendary Ant-Man for the scenario, because I gotta tell you, Mr. Ant-Man, I came in here and I saved this glass from breaking. It didn't break. I went back in time through look at the last stream and the video of the last episode of the comic, bro. I went in there and I said I was gonna go do some stuff. And I said I wouldn't let something break or get damaged or destroyed around me. It's my thing. So I was in the TVA and I found out that Alex's thing broke. I saw the screen. It broke. And I was like, hold on. And I just jumped in there. I got it. So it didn't break. In this reality, it did not break. So we have this mystical thing, and I have to also be protected too with you, just in case, man. This looks like water. It could be just water. That's what I'm gonna say. Somebody may have to do a trial run, and that's when we need to start bringing out the everything out, man. Because at this point, we're gonna have to start bring them out song. Because at this point, you're gonna realize, Mr. Like policeman, bro. You're gonna realize real quick that a lot of people try to enter that table, bro. Like a lot of those characters you're talking about, they're just like trying to like act like they're something else. I better hope that none of them were hurt. I would say that, because that's it. I don't want to go straight. Were you hurt? No, I just don't want any of them having to anything be disassembled, man. If you know what I'm talking about. Big time on the Marvel side. There's Marvel's assembled. Disassemble, Yo, dog, it ain't happening. So let me get back to it. All right, I got this here, guys. I don't normally talk about this, and I probably won't. Caterpillar. How come you're still Caterpillar? Even though you play games with my heart, you keep jumping. You're not a cat or a pillar. Sometimes you're both. You're Caterpillar. It's three things. But what does a let me tell you something. Mufasa. Wow, Mufasa. What are you doing here? I'm not mad at you. That cat is not just a. You heard about Mapogo? He was overindulging. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he was eating strawberry jelly. Truthfully. Something good. Strawberry jelly or strawberry jelly bean. I hope. And we can keep it on that note. But welcome. If Mufasa's here, guys, we're not drinking all this, bro. That's just the way it is. That cat was portrayed for children, bro. And Mufasa's older wise man. And the animals. And they're trying to get through and all that stuff. I get it. Remember the giraffes that were there in front row? They had front row seat when Simba was coming out, and the ones that made the front row seat. I'm thankful for all the ones that made the appearance when Simba was coming out. I'm thankful, but the ones that had to fight through and get the front row seats, proud of them. They got there. I'm glad that all of them made it, but think about El Quilombo, like the whole trying to get through. If it's to do the, it's you literally have like that gentleman raising Simba in the air, and like it's a front row seat, so I'm pretty sure it was a little bit hard to get through. So they did it. Thankfully, Mufasa's here because there's a movie called Mufasa coming out. There is. It's coming out. Thankfully. It is. It's by Disney. It's the origin story of Mufasa. So how would we have the origin story if we didn't know? You know what I'm saying? So we could maybe think about that. I think he had a good father. We can make all these speculations here, but if Mufasa's here, we're not going to just speculate Mufasa's life. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do it. But I think it has to do that he had good foundational father, because he had a brother that just taught him like Mapogo or something. That was just like he knew how to be the white. I don't know how to say it, man. It looks like he's like the white wolf. Even though cats and dogs are different, it's like the white wolf and the black wolf in the sense of not in the sense of good, and he had to look after his black wolf brother that keep playing games, and through that he's learned patience and wisdom and not all this stuff. He had a good father, but imagine having a brother just running around like that. That's how I sometimes think about it. So I'm not gonna go too much on the cat, because if people think that the camera is going to regulate the reality of what that cat is, you're mistaken, because it's not all the way Mufasa. It could also be a cloud. Like what if? And if. That we were talking about with the Matrix. With Matrix, remember that the architect is running around, or the architect comes and meets the lady, and they're sitting at the bench and they're like this. They're looking at a cloud. So it could be very awesome about Mufasa. We might not even know. Mufasa could be very, very artistic. And we don't even know it. Very, very artistic. And also, he has a love story. And that's all, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been able to watch the script or anything, but Mufasa's coming out. One of the greatest returns of all time. It's just two-thrown. Imagine if Mufasa gets like a time he gets like a time plant or something like that, and he can see his future son. So he's never separated from his son. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. We'll see, but we have to keep it for them. And Mufasa's probably going to be rated like G, PG. I hope. I mean, I just don't want it to get off the rails, but because he's strong, he's wise, he's been through stuff. Mufasa. The fact is, if y'all think that some of y'all, you think that if y'all think that Simba, you think that his son, if you think that Mufasa in any way was separated from Simba in that movie, The Lion King, I don't think they were. Like, it's spiritually, in the sense of that movie, I don't know how to say it, not the spirit, but like their minds were like unseparate. You know when Mufasa sends his son, like awesome looking son out to the wild, you think that Mufasa wasn't looking after him? Yeah, right. They're going out every night talking. So if all those songs that they made and stuff, I'm pretty sure Mufasa must have an awesome dad or mom, both. We'll have to see, but we're not gonna go too much in there right now. We'll have to see. So there we go, and so yeah, man, it was I'm glad you were here. That's insanity. You got here. You were here to witness the talk with Mufasa. Man, about the front row seats. Man. All right. I don't know. This ain't secrets, but there is secret wars coming out in humanity. This isn't a secret, but I would expect you to understand what has went down over here. The glass didn't break, and nothing got hurt, and stuff like that. And I don't have too much time for the sense of having to correct Alice in Wonderland. The guillotine with the queen, that thing was never used. It had a technical error. There was a marshmallow blocking it from ever going down, and they never could find it. It was this like styrofoam level thing that could not be located when they would put it down, and it just didn't work. So it is like off with their nothing. There was nothing like it. It's just another reality. This is a different style. Alice in Wonderland is now having to compete with somebody in this world, the queen, without the queen promoting danger with the guillotine. She's a little flustered, but Alice is there, and she comes from a good place. She comes from a place like almost like Downtown Abbey, but you know what I'm talking about? So she's there, but she doesn't think the society's normal out there. So she goes into that hole, and she goes and finds out real quick how to get going. And now that in this other reality in Alice in Wonderland, the thing is, those little holes in random places happens to include a lot of other characters. Remember, and through time and history, who else? Remember Space Jam? It's a thing. So if we're here, any guy, listen, this isn't a secret, but bro, if they're putting out movies out there, I don't want them to think they have any way of script right now, bro. I ain't got no script. So if they come out with movies later with my ideas, you know where they came from. Just like they did with Deadpool, they're still making billions of dollars now. They made $1 billion in 11 or 10 days on some of my ideas. Y'all want to know some of my ideas that they took? Not that they took from me. Not that they're bad. I'm not going to tell you. You know why? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the happiness that dude, look at the, it's in a way, that movie had me rolling, bro. Laughing. I'm not even playing. I'm not playing. Like, dude, when remember the, like, guys were like, passenger, let her go, I'll get the door for you. That is in the movie. It made it to the movie, bro. I'm not even playing, bro. It made it to the movie. And I'm here I heard that it made it to the movie. So that means that there's other stuff in there. There's proof in the pudding in my streams. Dog, that stuff made it to the movie. Those inside jokes, bro, they made it. They made it. So I'm not here about, hey, man, come and fuck. No, bro. That means that I'm here to be like, yo, dude, we got good ideas, but we got to start pressing these characters out fast. That's the only thing I would do with the finances. Is something, not only thing. You know what I'm saying? But basically, dude, we can if these characters and these actors are really, really into it, and they're, I don't think they're actors at that point. They're just the way they are, and they're coming to portray somebody. Bro, we could get so many of them going. If they want to do this and do it, and it's not too stressful, they're not waking up at the crack of dawn of justice. It's because it's so hard for us. I get it. As long as no one's in pain or suffering, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because waking up at 4:30 in the morning, dude, or it's just like it's the crack of dawn. It's like the butt crack of dawn of justice. And you know what happens there? Superman, it gets hurt, and it's like I think that's a sign that early in the morning it might be a little bit troublesome. I would think maybe. I'm just saying. So if it's the crack of dawn, it's stuff like that. It's like you can make a movie on that, the crack of dawn, and it's like people were waking up. We just see the reactions at waking up at the crack of dawn, and it's gonna have probably a global population of like the same reactions. They're like wow, man. It's like, hey, let's take a family photo like we just did something at 4:30, right when you wake. It's like I don't think you're gonna get the same portrait. I'm just saying, and it's so funny because it's the crack of dawn. I don't mind seeing the sun coming up. That's not the crack of dawn. I'm just saying. That's not I don't think the sun coming up is the crack of dawn, but I would agree on that situation. So what else is the other? Oh yeah, they have another case. So Disney has Mufasa, and then Marvel has. They're working on Secret Wars and stuff like that. This isn't a secret meeting here. I just expect that, like, what we're doing here is just out in the open, like this, and we're good. And if I see this last movie, because remember earlier when we're stuck in Omega's Fortnite, they have covered the divot. They covered the divot. Remember, Omega is there in that divot still, and I might have something that people had in common. Slowpoke Rodriguez came in asking for the chilies, the chili peppers. All I can provide you right now is maybe somebody out there that can get you out there. You might have to look and forge it yourself and leave the center. I'm not mad. But how am I going to bring... I don't have enough space in my locker and stuff like that for the chili pepper right now. I wouldn't mind the chili pepper. But I know where a Chug Jug is. So y'all don't have to go running all the way to the Frenzy Farm to get the chili pepper at Frenzy Farms. And you're in the middle. And Daquan and Hamlin's are there. Which is one of the greatest covers ever. Because Omega has a look on his face of when they walk in, because remember how they do. They're just landing in Salty. They land at Salty and they make their way over downtown to Dusty Divot on rotation, and they're double pumping. So I'm just saying, and Omega has his face like, oh my gosh. But it's like, who's doing this? Who could just step in Omega's property? But that's not his property. We've been landing on there. So the thing is, we got double pumps out, and it's just like, yo, dude, be careful with y'all's double pumps, because I'm about to go in the gate. Be careful. Be careful with Omega. Be careful. We don't even know if this man is out here making those. Remember in Summer Skirmish, the kid, bro, they queued in for $100,000 game, $1 million game or whatever, and they queued in. They were having a flying thing, bro. It's because the Omega's playing games, bro. He made those rocks during that moment. He said, yeah, they're the pop rocks, whatever. Yeah, they're pop rocks, whatever. You know what the whatever is? Those kids in a competitive format are flying. They're flying in Dusty Divot, dude. And I keep thinking they're Daffy Ducks. And I'm like, they're not. Because I've already made my way a little bit closer, and I got Jack Sparrow's telescope. Because he's in the Fortnite locker rooms, man. So I grabbed it, and I was like, hey, what's in there? Those are people playing a competitive tournament while we're over here playing games on the outskirts. And we're going to be making it. We're trying to make it in there. I've realized something, bro. We have to go in there and save this situation. These kids are going up and down geysers. They're not geysers. I would say they're geysers from where I look. I don't know where those things are. Based upon in real life in the game, in my moment in that time in the game, jumping into the game, I would, with the telescope, I was saying that it was a geyser. If y'all telling me that it isn't a geyser, then we have to consider that it's not a geyser. We got to figure out what it is. the thing is, I can't run around with all this and the ingredients and all this stuff. I'm gonna need protection because these people have yet to understand that we don't be demoleculing nothing. You understand? So we're gonna have to go in, dude. We don't cheat though. So if it's duos, it's duos. If it's solos, it's solos. I'm about to go. I'm about to use a rift. I'm about to use a rift, bro. Me and my duo have just rifted. And that whole thing is just opened up in the sky and it's not closing. And I rifted into the map. And I'm with my duo. And y'all will never guess who it is. I'm not going to tell y'all yet. Because it's just, y'all never know. Y'all may know. But, because I don't want to, this person's very good at play duos. Okay? And if I let them know who it is, there's going to be situations. So, for right now, that's another place that we are. Man, we're in there. All right, we're in there. We're trying to get that situated. It's dark over there. They've covered it. They've covered it. The thing is, somebody's poked a hole in this thing, and there's kids come running out of the tape. Remember when Lil Wayne came out? He covered it. They helped cover the top of the divot. People are poking holes in the divot, the cover of it, and because there's people inside, and the kids are flying because of the geysers. Remember in Fortnite, in season 4 in Summer Skirmish. I get it. We got to consider one thing though. We're in time, in a sense of time and space. Remember. You gotta be careful, because I got you out of that place. Remember, the cop, the Duncan. All right, I'm not here. Listen, bro. We got out of that place. You got out of that place, and I got you out of that place, and we did that thing. And I'm speaking through the cracks of dawn thing to tell you, hey, man, what can I do for you? I'm not a bad person. It's like, hey, get me the heck out of that situation. Listen, man, we're out of that situation. We're free, and now we have time to understand what we're gonna do. And we're still at the table of Alice in Wonderland, and I still have this. But you ain't gonna see me I didn't drink that. I got y'all. I punked y'all. Y'all thought I demoleculed something. I'm not saying don't eat or drink. But right after having a speech of not doing anything, and we're doing, like, remember, and I'm having to be like this. It's just like, I don't have to be like that. I can be like this and tell you that there's not one drop missing from this. That's it. So, when I get back to the office, if I can make it, while I'm still on the run from Wonka, but Wonka has a generated seat that's been there that we didn't even know. It's just there. Somehow he's got it. Don't tell nobody. Because I don't know how he's got it. So, and I don't know how, and I don't know who's, I hope nobody's pucking me. Because I don't know whose chair this could be. And man, bro, we're just sitting on their seats. It's like, but the thing is, remember, we talked about the architect. Dude, remember, imagine the architect's face when Neo's running with the key man, that Asian man, they're running through the doors. They're running past all these doors. They skipping doors. What about the first one? On the left or right? They were running for their life. And then it's just all of a sudden, it's just like, oh my gosh, bro. And it's like, dude, what if he opened the door in the first one? And then we have the whole thing about Bugs Bunny, man. From Looney Tunes, dude. He's on Matrix already. He's trying to get in. He's bored. I think he looks like he's bored. And he thinks he's going to come in here and sneak by and think that he can be somebody else. And think that I don't know where you are. That's it. So just because somebody has held it down for years and you went through Space Jam and you're bored, doesn't mean you can't stay in the place, man. I ain't a jailer. I'm just saying, I'm looking out. And all y'all, man, y'all play too much. Because if you're going to think that, because you're going to bring in everybody in your style of Animal Kingdom, and it's not so bad. What I'm saying is that, listen, bro, I don't want y'all to see what's going on the other side of with like DC and Superman. You Bugs, you try to act like you don't know nothing from the past. Yeah, bro. You know what's happened to Superman if you came from, you know. So Superman ain't dead. He's not dead. There's a big sign in the movie when somebody's coffin is, it's beating like you have subwoofers.
Feels like it's more there.
I think that there's a sign that that man. So what y'all gotta do is the most obvious thing to do, is put him closer to the sun, and he's gonna be all right. And then we're gonna be good. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want y'all to have to. Then we're gonna be good. You're gonna have to see Zod. You're gonna have to see Dick. I don't want y'all to see Scary. Y'all don't need to. Y'all already did the Monstars. You're past that. You don't need to see no more Scary. Y'all need to work and do your own stuff. Y'all need to get back to school. Y'all need to go do y'all things back at school. Listen to how he was doing it. Donald was taking everybody and his sons to school. And he said, it's not so bad with this looking kid. It's not so. The kids were like, it's not so bad. They threw a watermelon at him. Yeah, they did. So that's how. What I'm saying, that they have their own life, man. And just because you're antsy fast Bugs Bunny, you want to go and go other stuff. You want to do Space Jam 3, Wemby and Space Jam, and then Shaquille O'Neal. Come on, Bugs, it's too far. Wemby and with Shaquille O'Neal just to train the old. He's not old, but like the old wise man to train Wemby on dunking. That's not a bad idea, but dude, Shaq's got his stuff going on, man. He's got his own stuff. And Wemby, he's already averaging 10 rebounds. It's flat 10-0. It's like already, it's like ridiculous. Wemby is, I get it. It would be beautiful to play. And the thing is, we would get to see the Bugs Bunny be able to play. And then actually really, really get to play because they have a center instead of a point guard or shooting guard this time. They actually have just Wemby just there. Wemby, Wemby, bro, dude, on Space Jam, it's another level of thing because it's abstract, bro. We get to see the other guys actually play the ball instead of having Michael Jordan do the shooting. And I'm not saying I'm not humble with Michael Jordan, or you know what I'm saying, with Mr. James out there. I'm very humble, but they always get to play the center point guard role. But who's gonna be playing that? Who y'all gonna have to have y'all gonna have to play 21. Right now, I'm not saying no, but this is not available. Y'all can have Gatorade, you can have water. So, and that's it. Or whatever y'all need, man. Carrots and all that stuff, bro. Dude, y'all gonna have to play 21 to see who's gonna be playing. And this ain't no there ain't no fouls. There's no out of bounds. There's no gladiator music. It's not a gladiator, bro. If I see any of y'all, bro, y'all play the right way. No fouling. Y'all have to play at perfection level. I mean, if you're gonna go for a steal, be careful. If you're gonna go for the ball, be careful. If you're gonna try to block the ball, be careful. Because if not, I'm gonna put Wemby in front of the goal while y'all playing 21 blackjack. While y'all playing, or not blackjack, while y'all playing 21, I'll put Wemby in front of all you guys. Just standing there, just yeah. So and they nobody gonna win. So if anybody get hurt, y'all better play good on that top, bro. And also, y'all can play with whatever chain net you want, chain net, or you can play with regular net. And then we'll see what we're gonna do with that while we discuss how y'all were able to go through into the real world. But then you start seeing the gentleman that had the shaving cream in Jurassic Park, and he was out there. He's like, Jordan. He's so proud. He's like, Jordan. Come on over here, Mr. Michael Jordan. Come on over. He put him in baseball. He's so proud of him that he put him in baseball. But nobody realizes that this curly hair fellow is a legend. He's out here mixing sports with people. He's one of the greatest ever. But at the same time, where's he from? The Jurassic Park series. And that's one of the greatest released movies of all time in sense of numbers. He's got the shaving cream. He's got the cell. He's got the amber. He's got the amber, bro. He's got that mosquito in the amber. We don't know that in Space Jam. We don't know. He's got all this stuff. It's beyond amazing. So the Jurassic Park, Land Before Time, pterodactyls are coming around and T-Rexes, T-Rex and Mr. T. Mapogo. Listen, man, when I start talking to the dolphins and orcas and telling them, hey, yo, what y'all doing out there is not so bad compared to what I saw the other day because I saw Mr. T. Mapogo. But what if they bring out some legendary thing is like this? If they say, what if that was actually just candy? It was sugar cane stuff. I might go have to talk to Pet Detective. I'm gonna have to talk to the Pet Detective because these things are getting a little out of control. And y'all think y'all gonna be able to enter Wakanda or enter to Wonder Woman's place easily, y'all gonna be mistaken because Wonder Woman tried to enter Wakanda. She paid respect and didn't enter because it was invisible. Everybody's trying to enter Wakanda, bro. You can't just do that. You can't just enter. People just go in there, y'all thinking like that, and it's got to a point where there's people trying to like act like they're in some mafia. Did you see that guy from the Olympics, bro? That guy is not. Y'all are everybody out there, yo. Y'all are little who's thinking that this guy is a hidden Turkish assassin that won the second place in the Olympics, a silver medal. He's not. Look at his face. His hands are in his pocket, and his head, and then he also has this. It looks like he just came from another sport, and he got to go to another one. But this sport happens to be something that has molecular on it, deconstruction. He's sitting there like this, wearing a white shirt with white hair and glasses. No glass, or yeah, glasses. And everybody else is wearing masks, thermal sniper, like 10 scope to see in there, and all this stuff. He pulls in there with basically no clothes on, wearing a shirt that says white turkey, like a white bird. And he's just like, and he gets it. And then his congratulatory when I get home photo, like the athletes do when they get home usually, is basically with that silver medal with a freaking animal. With an animal that knows, it's like, and the animal's upset. If you look at his eyes, the animal's like this. Y'all had my homeboy out there doing a gun shootout training tournament, and he won. Basically won. I'm pretty sure he punked y'all because he ain't no assassin. He's just gonna win. He looks like he just came from playing pool, bro. I ain't even playing. Playing pool for the Olympic Championship. What if he has? Can you cross pass on the Olympics and play different sports? Because that's what he looks like. That's what his face looks like. He ain't an assassin. He's not an assassin. Everybody's all like, it's just assassin. It's the last thing y'all saying. He's an assassin. He keeps going up to y'all, sending photos of him being like, nah. And he's got a cat. Yeah. John Wick had a dog. I'm not here to say anything about that. It's just, I don't think he was very content with the situation he was in, having to play for that position, bro, for shooting in front of kids. It's like at the Olympics. It's just like, it's like, what in the world, bro? Imagine if some kids are watching. So he ain't an assassin. He's from Turkey, not an assassin at all. So just let y'all know, because a molecular policeman can go and check. I checked it. He ain't got it in him. Not saying he won't do it, but he's not the type of guy that really be doing deconstruction. In fact, his cat is proof that there's somebody taking care of that cat. Look at the cat's hairstyle. He look like he just got his hair done. Like every few hours. He's got a bath. He's looking good. Looking good. Dried. Looking good. His cat is in perfect condition. If it was a car, we don't sell stuff. It's in perfect, unused condition. But he's wise looking, and he's all like, and then he want to come up in here and act like he's Mufasa. Listen, bro. You keep doing all that, I'm gonna start thinking about all the cats that are out there, and I'm just saying, looking like that. Anyway, back to the thing. Here in the Architect Cup, back in the day, when we start having to deconstruct somebody else's walls in Omega, that's the one thing we have to consider. We're going to have to jump to the Architect Cup, and we're going to have to ask Epic if we can get to the Architect Cup, and then go back to Dusty Divot, because the Architect Cup, those walls are somebody else's. The people that tape the top of that Dusty Divot, we can't edit those. You can only break through. We can edit it. The thing is, we're going to have to find a way, bro. We're going to have to literally find a way to not even edit it, because I don't molecular move anything. It's either put that way and then we're somewhere else, and that's the way it is. So if there's already a hole going there, we're going to have to do something, bro. We're going to have to put a ladder down and get them out of there. And they're going to have to stop taking those pop rocks that are making them go up high, up and down. Like this thing right here. This thing right here doesn't do that. I don't think so, because I haven't tried it. But if I got this from Alice in Wonderland, it's a kid's show, I don't think it's going to get me like that. I might start walking around this place like a freaking giant, bro. And it's not so bad when these are looking good. So, if y'all think for one moment that this is going to be in any place, y'all going to have to consider. I mean, to the tea party, I brought something. I even have something I brought some. So, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Alright? Alrighty. Further discussions about what if and what if this. Deadpool 3 with Wolverine. Proud of all y'all out there that did that. I was expecting to go see just a movie that's like this, the TVA. And then, bro, stuff from the stream showed up on the movie. And I'm not here to like be, I'm just like, I'm not mad at it. I'm like, dude, we may have done something here on Twitch, bro. Somehow, some way. And Ryan Reynolds just posted Junkin' Crashers. What'd he say? Junkin' Crashers. What'd he say? What'd you say? It's not Twitter anymore. What do you mean it's not Twitter anymore? You're living in a different world. You say it's not Twitter. You think the Blue Jay Twitter applications just where'd you go? Junket Crashers. It ends with us. Y'all are landing at Junkie? Junk? You're landing at Junction? Wow, bruh. That's not fair. That ain't fair, bro. They got all the metal, bro. It's not junk. I know it's not junk. That's what it's called, bro. Back in the day. That's not fair. If they were to land on the map, oh, bro, that's not fair. Y'all can't land there. We're going to have a hot drop. That's not fair. Whatever, man. It's not fair. They have all the metal. The easy metal. Well, I might land at the containers. That's only metal. That's not fair, bro. Y'all have it there, man. You have the mountain where Jonesy's at. Yeah, that's not fair, bro. You can't just take Junction from me, dude. This is gonna get a little bit situated, man. Alright, man. I'll check Snobby or something like that. See all those tactics that we're talking about right now? We can't be even talking about that in real life. The people that be like, I'm claiming this, how they're doing in FNCS a little bit. Bro, people, y'all claiming places. I'm sorry, but that tactic right there, it's so predictable. It's so I get it. You want to hold down your house area. That's a small house. The whole island's my house, bro. If I'm gonna land somewhere, I'm gonna try to land. I'm gonna have fun while I'm doing FNC. I'm just gonna be landing here. I'm gonna try to get my spot. I get it. You can try winning like that, but goodness me, man. If you don't think I'm gonna be landing in other places because somebody's like that, come on, man. I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, while I'm rifting, and they're at Junction, it's not fair. Because I was gonna dude, I don't care what the name is. The letters are beautiful. Alright? So, and also, what's next to it? The drift boards and the four-wheelers and all that. I'm not dumb. They have all that stuff, man. They call it junk. It's not. The block is right. I'm not playing games. Y'all can't just go and claim whatever, bro. If we find each other over there, I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm just saying that if I move, all right. Well, I got the block. I got it. I got block. I got the block or Snobby, bro. Something like that. I got the block because Snobby's right next to the mountain as well. You know what I'm talking about? The one with Josie. I got the block. I'm not gonna leave that mountain alone, bro. You're tripping. I'm just saying. Pleasant and yeah, it's all there. Somebody's gonna have to claim Pleasant. I hope they're good out there, man. I've been saying it a long time. I hope there's some good players out there that ain't just doing stuff, man. Whoever's in there, all the 100 that's gotten in there, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Bring it in. The thing, bro, if we go, whatever, man. Just because the movie, they're the ones working their tail off on the movie, but we're out here talking about ideas and stuff that we could do. Listen, bro. And dog, if the TVA gets in here, he's gonna have to get in with that person from Ragnarok. I think that's his duo. The guy that's like Carlo, I pardon you from life, bro. Listen, bro. When they get that guy Carlo is not. He didn't get pardoned from all of life. I'm just letting you know right now. People are just a little mistaken, but I'm not saying that stick ain't powerful. The one that he uses, TVA uses the same style, but it's not the same. They're gonna be on the same team. I think they're on the same team. We just don't know it. That guy have been working ancient times at the TVA. And he just said, I like this land. So, he's now, but they know each other because one day the TVA, that gentleman is looking at the TVA and he looks at what's happened with the life pardon, and he recognizes that guy, both of them, and guess what? TVA is going to be in basically in Fortnite, so in some way. And that's not fair. Y'all, they already have a stick. They don't need to do the harvesting. This harvesting tool. But the harvesting tool that I have, if y'all arguing about it, man, we're going to have to do an Excalibur. We have to do, like the Space Jam people are doing the 21, we're going to have to do an Excalibur. And then we're going to realize real quickly, that's what's going to go down in the middle of Dusty Divot. Because that's what we're going to do with my harvesting stick. We're going to put it in the center, and we're going to do an Excalibur to see who's worthy to hold this thing. And y'all going to laugh so hard when y'all realize how this really comes into fruition here, because it's gonna get funny. It's gonna get funny because I'm not gonna summarize what happens when you try to get my harvesting stool, my harvesting stick, and we're having to do Excalibur to take it out. See who can take it out, and we're talking about tweets and X. And listen, bro. It's gonna be so funny, bro. When we go talk about this later about trying to get the Excalibur harvesting lightsaber, bro, out of the center of the place, because that's what's gonna happen. It's just we're gonna have to talk to Omega and be like, dude, we appreciate the pop rocks, but dogs, the people are chasing this lightsaber, and I have something. I have knowledge. We can't destruct this, dude. This place can't be destroyed. This thing has Excalibur level events. We're going to have to put it in the ground. And eventually Omega is going to have to be like a little bit considerate that I'm not trying to hurt nothing. So we're going to have to build something to put the stick around to make it an Excalibur moment. Because there's not going to be just another person putting a hole in the divot. You understand? So we're going to have to build something with all this stuff to get that lightsaber out. And that's what our common thing is going to be. But when you realize, when y'all realize what actually happens, I'm not going to give y'all break the news to you, bro, because that's not the final. But when y'all realize when the 100 of us are trying to take it out, I ain't going to go too far. I'm not going to break it to you. Dude, it's so funny. Oh, my gosh. So, but we have to include, we're going to have to start writing down who is in the lobby with us right now in the skins. But the thing is, you can't forget the fact that there is queuing and rifting and stuff like that. And what happens sometimes if you rift, Sonic has some sort of rifting. So we don't know if it's just 100 people. We're going to have to see what's going on. So if it's just 100, congrats. If it's more, something's happened. And I'm going to maybe have to go back to the office very soon to find out who got in the game. And I think it's more than 100. I'm just thinking it's more than 100. I mean, the rules are 100. But if everybody from Save the World is in there too, and y'all don't think y'all gonna get a shout out and Save the World, you're mistaken. So whoever with the 0 point, y'all gonna realize really quick. But the thing is, you know how they did you know how people be doing skin things? It's like skin thing. We're gonna have to do an Excalibur to see who's gonna do this. And when y'all realize the time that goes by trying to get the Excalibur lightsaber out, and y'all realize, dog, I'm not gonna tell y'all. Y'all gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. It is like it's gonna be why I would like to even see Ryan Reynolds play Deadpool's reaction to seeing after all this time what happens with that lightsaber. I mean, dude, it is gonna be it's gonna throw you off, because whoever is able to wield that lightsaber, oh my gosh, give us a moment. That's all I'm gonna say. Just give us a moment, because we still have to make a trek. We have to do the Star Trek all the way. It's Star Trek. In a way, it's Star Trek, dude. The Dusty is covered. It looks like they're in the stars. It looks like, and the Star Trek meets Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. Like, please, bro. So, I'm trying to tell you. So, with What If and all this stuff, remember, consider that we're trying to get this figured out. But one thing I got to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen,
the Omega, the Chug Jug, and all that is not forgotten. And me running away from where I thought the Chug Jug was, it didn't stop just because I'm out here and taking a break to talk to you guys. It has not stopped yet, bro. It doesn't. The door wasn't closed. Everything. It's a rotating. It's just going, bro. So the more time that we talk about this, and the thing is, people need to remember when Thor's in the 100. Y'all gotta remember when Thor and his brother Loki show up, which is absolutely. Imagine them walking together in Fortnite, bro. He reminds me of White Wolf having to like look after his brother, and he's just at one point he's just having to deal with his brother. It keeps changing. The thing is, that's not totally fair, but that's his capabilities. And the thing is, when he's wielding that beautiful pickaxe, and we're having to do an Excalibur, and that pickaxe that he has is not a pickaxe, it's a hammer, and I wouldn't be surprised if that hammer starts having emotions. It's like, Thor, you're not going to be able to touch that other thing. Excalibur's, you're cheating. You're going to be a cheater. But he's not. So he's not going to do it. So it's been covered. The divot has been covered. In a way. Because he don't need that. He's got his own. He's got one from his father. Okay? His brother may try to get it like he's been trying to get it, man. He might try to get it. So that whole part of it is a little bit confusing. So they're in there. And if y'all don't think that the gentleman, The Rock, and all them are not in that 100, we've been saying characters, and every time we say characters, you have to include them in the 100 that are in there, inside there. And we're going to come into a conclusion where they're having a competitive game on this beautiful map. Of others, what they're doing is they're trying to survive. So there's other characters, and also remember in Weeping when they're at the courthouse. Remember, those are the characters. There's a leprechaun out there. Remember, a beautiful character out there. You'll have to look at the stream. In The Chosen, that's out now. This is like go snap to reality, guys. If y'all watch The Chosen, you're gonna get stuck watching it. The main character, the one that's portraying him, may have made it on to the map. I would think so. I would go out there and watch it. I would enjoy it. Of course, it's gonna make y'all want to. If you haven't been introduced in any way, go and check it out. We're in reality, like going back to reality right now. I don't care if I'm at Alice's, Wonderland's, kitchen table or house. I'm not saying I don't care about her. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not here without reading the Holy Bible, yo. I'm not here. And The Chosen is a series on TV, and they're out there. Go and check it out. That's like we're here and we can get serious with it. I'm not playing. They're working. They're having to jump through. There was a time that I had to wait a little bit for the release of it. I was like, man. But there's something going on. There was something about like, what was it? Like reports or documents that were stopping people from doing stuff. And maybe we could do something and figure it out. But right now, they've just been released in Weeping, in another situation, in the imaginary state, which is amazing, okay? And I'm not saying that they're imaginary. I'm saying like in the season 4 it's not that Jesus Christ can't just do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure he can. His portrayed actor, I don't know if he can, bro. But right now, that's what we have. So in a way, not all the way, because there's others that have been portrayed in the cinemas. So, but for some reason they're caring for the. Oh yeah, Groot is out there. They're having it's all good out there. It's not too bad. Somebody, oh yeah, the sun pulled up. The actual sun, and it got the courthouse hot. I remember, it was safe. It's not bad. And I know what they got going on. I don't know what they got really going on. I just know that they have safety. from the storm. The storm is coming. So, and I think there's people in the center. So we might have to go and try to get something going out there, maybe, if this was actually in that game, which could be possible, in a way. But it's very, very, it's very Survivor, man, when it doesn't need to be. But kids will be kids and we'll be the way we are. I don't make the rules. So whatever they got going on, if there's new critters that we're finding out that are on the map, I'm going to have to get to weeping as soon as I can. So if I'm choosing my landing spot, I would like to go to Tilted. I would like to go to Tilted, but if you think I'm going to be landing somewhere where there's all this levels of event are happening in the center, I want to see what's going on the map. So I'm going to land in Snobby. Because if Ryan Reynolds just tweeted, bro, that he's the winner, and he say from the Junjins or whatever location, the Junjins, or whatever, junctions from the junctions, and he says he's already claiming the win in the future in season 4. Listen, brother, I'm about to land at Snobby. That's not cheating. But if he's about to win, he's predicting the future because he's got the TVA. There's other outcomes. Space exists. It's a space VA in a way. It's not just TVA. It's hard to explain what I'm saying because DC has it. It's like a space VA. DC, time might be on Marvel, and DC has a space. So whoever, listen, bro, we got to get connected in a separate situation. And I'm gonna be queuing in. If you see me queuing in and I'm wearing this outfit, and you won't even know it's me, you're gonna laugh, bro. We're gonna have to go back to the dojo with Luke Cage and everybody out there. So with Luke Cage, I gotta talk to Luke Cage. He's in the game too. He's right in the game. Luke Cage, they're all the defenders. Foggy Nelson, you know what I'm talking about? They were there. Foggy Nelson and Jessica Jones, which isn't a bad duo at all. If you really know it's not bad when things are looking good. And then Iron Fist is there. Danny Rand, I know. And then you got Luke Cage. So y'all got yourself 2 duos, whatever. Y'all don't gotta separate. Y'all could do squads if you wanted to. If y'all want, I'm not gonna separate y'all, bro. If y'all doing, or y'all can go do whatever you want, man. But if y'all enter the map, be careful, bro. There's beautiful stuff. You never know what's coming out. Weeping Woods is a good place to maybe check out with a generous, loving heart, because there's creatures out there. There are Smurfs. Papa Smurf has made it out there. He's out there. Papa Smurf is out there and all this stuff, okay? And Mr. Harris and the judge, they're duos. That's just, I mean, we got to get to it. They're duos. Because they're not leaving the courthouse. They have yet to leave the courthouse, bro. It's not, I mean, they could put Harris and Foggy Nelson, but Mr. Harris, when you answer, next time, bro, remember, bro, when they call you to make an appearance at your judge and your district place, make sure that you're not driving if your driver's license is out. But for right now, I'm gonna take you and give you an opportunity to think about a place while you're waiting to leave that place, bro. We're gonna go to the Fortnite map, and we gotta find out what's going on with Omega in season 4 somehow, because we can meet there. All right. Who else is there? Legend in Lalish. All right, all the Avengers, y'all are in there. Y'all can get in there if you want. DC, I think you're in there. Batman's in there. The fact is, Lucius Fox isn't in the skin shop. He's not in there. It's too bad. Foggy Nelson should get one, but he's gonna get in there. So all these characters we've talked about, bro. Deadpool with Wolverine's gonna be a hard situation, bro. He might be one of the keys. You know what I'm saying? The X-Men are in there. Also, do not get confused when we're on the map. When that lady that was released on the Fortnite skins, her pickaxe is purple. That's not the one that is gonna be Excalibur. So she might be like a little trickster. She might as well put one run around somewhere else, because that's not it. Unless if his spread is spread everywhere. It is now it's cheating and it's going to other places. So listen, bro. Who else is there? They have the whole defaults. All the defaults are in there, bro. The beginning defaults, the season 1, chapter 1, all those defaults. Recon is in there. And then Ariel is there. Renegade is there. Sparkle Team Leader is there. Season 2's Sparkle 1, she's in there. All the defaults, the Grandpa defaults, which aren't really Grandpa. They should have never been called Grandpa in the sense of, but they are. They're like the parent defaults to the ones that came out. I got them. So, and also the holiday skins, y'all are in there, especially the ones for Christmas. You're in there. Gold and Skull Trooper are the only ones for right now, bro, because I don't really be going spooky. When you find out who's inside that Skull Trooper, y'all gonna be in another situation. Y'all gonna laugh, bro. It's just an outfit. He's not a bad guy. Why do you think he has a purple OG one, man? So, he's in there. Don't be scared when you see him. It's not really, he's wearing an outfit. So, and then Yuletide Ranger's in there. I would say, who else did we name? Man. There's more than 100 players. It's more, bro. I'm telling y'all now. I just realized it. There's more than 100, bro. You know how I know? And I'm feeling kind of dumbfounded. Because if they broke through into the Fortnite server, the Looney Tunes, there's more than 100 already. I would think. We gotta find them all, man. We're gonna have to find them all and make sure that they don't do nothing wrong, man, out in that place, because that place could be an absolute wonder. And the whole the thing is with Deadpool 3 with Wolverine is that there's Disney Plus out, and if y'all think for one moment that I'm gonna have Disney World not in there, but y'all doing mistakes in there, we're gonna have to make sure that Molecular Policemen go in there and check it out, because if that's the case, we're gonna find a way to get this situated. We're gonna know one day how to get this situation fixed. The Excalibur, the whole like presentation of Excalibur, and when y'all realize that it's been in front of our eyes the entire time, y'all, bro, we're gonna just have a community and laugh. No darkness, remember. We don't allow that around here. Ant-Man, has there been any creature? Have you changed size at all? Nah, it's not too bad. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm not gonna snitch. We don't know what could be around here, because you didn't go molecular or become smaller, man. I didn't drink this. You're right. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was a good person to just jump in here real quick. And I didn't drink that. That was part of the engagement situation here. With like, I didn't drink it. You caught it. That you win molecular. You're not a liar though. You didn't. How do you know that I didn't drink? I said it. I did say it though. But how do you know if it's true? I didn't drink it. That's why he was here for this moment. And people remember in the NFL, bro, the Kansas City Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl, but they don't recognize the guy that stopped the field goal. Bro, that guy that made it a 2-point.
To be a bit more quiet.
Huh?
To be a bit more quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Great.
Oh, The special teams in the Kansas City Chiefs. Yo, dude, that guy again. You're gonna get a shout out. I'm not a really. I go for my team out in Texas, near Arkansas. One thing I'm gonna tell you. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. No one's talking about you, dude. You were on the defensive field goal that would have made it a 2 possession game. Congratulations. And man, I'm proud of you. No matter what, you kept it positive. You went into one of the hardest situations, bro. You went into like the science of the TVA. You didn't even know it, or you did, in a way, and you saved. You, in the sense of things, you kind of saved the world. They held the time away from getting to that place that you went to, but boy, oh boy, you went back in time. While they were having all this stuff, you came back. Remember, you were like, what's happening here, dude? My people are all different. Good job. I'm not saying that. So, not saying that we can't go back to right before the first Avengers. Just say, but right now there's a situation that we're kind of stuck on the map. And there's a lot of outfits out there. So, Spider-Man's on there. The situation with Spider, he's gonna have to be with Venom. But skinny Venom, not that big one. No scary. The skinny Venom that was with the one that from the original Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. It's gonna have to be that one. The big Venom is too scary, man. I don't want nobody being scared. Even though he has the black and white, it'll go good with the whole situation with Skull Trooper running into him, bro. It's gonna just be because that's not Skull Trooper. It's Venom. and there's, I mean, you could put then Venom with Carnage, but that was so much later. If you want to put another Spider-Man, because they're the other ones that's crossed the universes. Is Miles Morales with Carnage. Because I'm not going to separate Tobey Maguire's Venom with somebody else's Venom. And then that gentleman has already crossed over from DC. Remember the gentleman that played Bane in DC? Tom Hardy. He plays Venom in the new one. I'm not hating. So we're gonna have to talk with them to see if they who they want to, but they've already crossed universes by acting. In the Jurassic Park gentleman, I'm not gonna forget about him, dude. The one with the shaving cream. The one with the shaving cream from Jurassic Park. It's not shaving cream. He has the legendary amethyst color that we're gonna put around the color in the slots in Fortnite. That gold, it's not gold. It's like amethyst. It's like remember? Yeah, amber. It has a mosquito in there. It's a mosquito from when the dinosaurs were around. It's amber. That amber color is going to go around the legendary Chug Jug. So he's in the game. He's going to be in the game. That gentleman, out of all those people, I get it. The family's there. They can make it too. They take care of that. Remember, one of my favorite animals. They take care of it. They study and do like that. This gentleman's out here. He's trying to get the recipe for dinosaurs. I get it. He's got the recipe for dinosaurs in that amethyst, but I see that amethyst, and that amethyst is some color that I would like to use on the legendary Chug Jug that I have possibly one of the ingredients for. So when it gets all situated here, and he's in the game running around with his beautiful curly hair, looking awesome, and still repping the block, and he's gonna think he's gonna take. All right, fine, bro. He can get the block. He can get the block, bro. Just because, man. I'm not gonna get too much inside. I'm not gonna have the block. He can have the block. I'll take Snobby. I'm not gonna take Snobby. I'm gonna take soccer field. I'll land soccer. All right, I'll take soccer field or football field, whatever you want to call it. He can have the block. Whatever. It's not that he can have the block. I'm just not gonna land there. If he's like the gentleman from Jurassic Park with the curly hair, he's got the amethyst, bro. He's got like the keys to Jurassic Park regrowing or whatever. Yeah. He's gonna have the block, bro. Whoever his partner is, if he's partnering around with the T-Rex and stuff now. And if he's got a default skin with him, that's not fair. The season 1 defaults. He's getting the block and recon expert because he's a legend. He has the shaving cream. Inside the shaving cream is hidden the DNA of like a lot of dinosaurs, bro. And its color is also what? The legendary. It's not the epic or purple, which is nice. It's something that overcomes that color. It's almost like it's there. And you really gonna get blocked for doing that with recon. Alright. Whatever. I'm humble. I'm humble for landing at the football field. I haven't told you which one it is. It's not either the one that you don't know if it's Pleasant, or the one next to Slavi. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I'm landing. It's a football field. It's a football field. I could land in the middle of the map and just make a football field. So whatever it is, man, we're gonna find out. But we're getting things situated on the map as we go at the tea party. All right. So we gotta make sure that. And also, guys, before we go, remember to get something to forage. Remember to get foraging, man. Get something to eat. And then, remember, there's a Spider-Man out there that has yet to be found. I found him, but I realized I had to rename him. He wasn't Spider-Man, 'cause somebody already called Spider-Man. It's hard. It's a trippy story, but I'm not there to tell y'all yet on that Spider-Man because he's like Animal Man. It's hard to explain. He's like Animal Man. He's not just when you meet him and you just call him Spider-Man. He's not just a the thing is the spiders have this ancient stuff and. It's not that he's being disrespectful about. You think I'm just a Spider-Man.
Go like this, just like this. Try to hit and you
You know, it's like saying he's limited to being just a spider, though. Not that he's not proud to be a spider. So that's the whole thing. The thing is, if that gets in the game, Wonka it's going to be Quilombo because he's going to run into Loki, and Loki is in another universe. But he's in the map. And Loki, they may have a problem. Because Loki be changing skin. And Animal Man don't necessarily have to be that same animal the entire time. So if he's acting like a dog and all this stuff, and we have Doggo in there, now y'all know about Doggo. Don't be telling many people yet, but Doggo's in the game. I would have maybe had it's not so bad. Doggo's in there. Little Whip, he's absolutely going to be in there. And we got to find out where he is. That's a big situation. Where Lil Whip is, we have to find him. We gotta find. That's another quest we gotta do in the map before we get. Cause I need to find out where Lil Whip is, bro. That gentle little creature. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what he's doing. He's not so bad with these are looking good. Doggo's there and all that stuff. All right. So let me see here, and everything considered. It's been an honor, guys. And what happens here is if you think that for a moment this is going to be left because somebody disregarded this, I'm not mad at you, Mrs. Alice. I'm not mad. She's in the game. She's already, remember, she's kind of already in the game. She just has a different name. I don't know who her duo is. I'm not saying I don't know who you are. I'm saying she has yet to tell. So, Alice, I recovered the bottle. The glass one. I got it. So for some reason, that lady is just getting too tough on you. or you fix the area, and she has the east side, you have the west side, or whatever it is in that place, because there's nothing going wrong. And she comes through, and she's possibly, maybe, or there's so many characters that you could have. That's who you're gonna go into. You're not alone. But if anything happens, remember, would you like get smaller or get bigger? Be careful. Try it, because the thing broke last time. It went all over the floor. There was a gentleman still licking the stuff off the floor on Limitless. It's ridiculous. If that is it, or if that's just an imagination, somebody that's drank from the thing going up and down. So that's just the way it is. All right. You gotta be careful though, because I see you out there. I saw you one time. You're on one of my streams. I don't know how you got there before this situation. I don't know how you're able to do this, getting all this situated. But let me tell you something. Somehow you are in there. There is the lady, that light blue colored dress. She's there. She's there, but her name is not Alice. In the game, in the title of the name. But when you meet her in the game and she says, I may have come from somewhere that no one really knows how to get to, you have an idea. So that's just the way it is. And what's it called? Batman's in there. I think like I don't know how it would go. Anyway, I don't know who his duo would be. That's his choice. I think it'd be Alfred. Alfred should be in the game. Alfred, we're gonna come to. Would we get to do the Excalibur in the set, bro? Y'all go, bro. When we gotta get my lightsaber back from, and there you go. We have the pajama skins are in the game. The pajama defaults, you see, they're in the game. The Christmas ones, they're in there. What else? Star Wars.
Hypnotizes his.
You're in the game.
Hypnotizes his prey.
Uh,
With his eyes. Right?
You don't have to be. That's your choice. The 100 characters, the Flash, you can be there if you want to. The 100 characters from the 100 on CW, yo, a few of you can make it on, man. I can't. Y'all can make it there, bro. I'm not playing because we're talking about the 100. Yeah. All right, let me just not recognize. All right, Marshmallow is in there. He's kind of helped out with Alice's situation with the guillotine and stuff like that. You're in there. Thank God. The World Cups, dude. What else is in there? Sundown's in there. Because that's a good alias. That's a beautiful name that he chose to portray in front of everybody. I don't know if he's gonna set. I can't tell you who he's with. I can't tell y'all, but I think Sundown's in there. Somehow, some way, Sundown is in there. So, what's it called? There's no way, after all this time, that he's not going to be in there. He's going to remain a little bit unnamed for right now. But he's in there. Maybe there. Vivid's in there. I'm just saying. He punked that guy. EA.gov, bro. He punked that guy. Remember, we just got hacked the other day. I don't know how. Somebody turned my screen off. Turned my stuff off. Vivid punked that hacker dude. In front of everyone. It's so funny. That's what he gets. Don't do that to everybody when we're over there watching the game. Anyway. And, who else is there? Instant Cop and all that. Hamlet's already in there. He's still letting Blue House. He didn't even care when Omega was there. He didn't. He's this late. Daquan may have said. I'm not saying Daquan made that choice, but for some reason Hamlet just always be laying in there, bro. He landed at Blue House, man. Don't matter. Oh man, is landing, and he's landing there. So he doesn't, just because of back a purple flag, that doesn't mean Hammonds is not gonna land there. So whatever. And that's kind of got everybody situated. Some things going on. If also, I'm not gonna separate Ramirez from Rafa. So Ramirez is